Hi, everyone, and welcome to a new episode of Days Podcast along with a new video. I want to thank you guys so much for liking, subscribing, viewing, watching, and listening. I truly appreciate it. We have been just coasting, maintaining, doing what we got to do. And I truly appreciate all of the support. I do. I want to say that we will continue to talk about Rihanna. There will be exclusives on Patreon and Spotify, as they will just be free content to just be right there with it on either platform. So let's get into this next album that we're going to talk about, which is A Girl Like Me. A Girl Like Me is the second studio album by Barbadian singer Rihanna. It was released on April 10, 2006 by Def Jam Recordings. For the production of the album, Rihanna worked with Evan Rogers, Carl Starkin, Stargate, J.R. Rotem, or Rodham, and label mate Neo, who wrote the album's second single. A Girl Like Me is a pop and reggae album influenced by Rihanna's Caribbean roots. The album also incorporates elements of dancehall and rock, as well as ballads, which music critics were ambivalent towards. You know what? Let me hold on, y'all. See, there's words in the dictionary, whether you look them up or not. You just want to know. Yeah, ambivalent. Having mixed feelings or contradictory ideas about something or someone. What does it mean to feel ambivalent? You know, I don't mind teaching y'all things, and sure, I teach myself things. Having two opposing feelings at the same time, or being uncertain about how you feel. I feel very ambivalent about leaving home. He has fairly ambivalent feelings towards his father. Okay. All right. So pretty much people were enjoying the album, but they didn't know if they were supposed to, which I didn't understand that. Like, not even supposed to, but if they felt like, is this better than her first album? Like, for real? And it's like, yeah. Why not? Okay. So, some critics gave the album positive reviews, stating that Rihanna gracefully avoided the sophomore disappointment, while others compared the album to her previous effort. I didn't even read it. Y'all watched me go and look up what ambivalent even was, and now I'm saying it thoroughly. Now I just know the word, but I didn't even. I'm with y'all, okay? At least y'all know this is real, true content. Anyway, so A Girl Like Me was released less than 8 months after Rihanna's debut album. I said that in my previous video. See, at least y'all will be able to connect the two and more. It peaked at number 5 on the US Billboard 200 and on the UK albums chart. The album was successful in other countries as well, entering the top 10 in Ireland, New Zealand, Australia, and Japan, while topping the Canadian albums chart. So it went number 5 here. In Canada, they loved it. It was in the top 10 in Ireland, New Zealand, Australia, and Japan. And like I said, so I've said this in a couple of videos in my previous episodes, where it's just, there's this thing of, you did so well on your debut, will your second album be as good or better? And of course, we've seen it with Michael Jackson, where his first album was great, and people feel, and there's actually some people that feel like Off the Wall is better than Thriller. Okay, and you know, that's a whole nother conversation, but besides the point, you know, people have really stemmed from that success that Michael still has to this day. Okay, like he's still selling. Okay, as to where it's, you know, will you be just as good on your second album and even better on your third and fourth and however more that we love you for, because at this point you're here, you know what I mean? So A Girl Like Me spawned 4 singles, SOS, which became Rihanna's first single to reach number 1 on the US Billboard Hot 100, Unfaithful and Break It Off, both reaching the top 10 on the Billboard Hot 100. However, the album's third single, We Ride, failed to reprise the success of the album's other singles. And that's crazy. There was a whole video for We Ride. And I think that's why y'all be wondering, even with Beyonce, where's the visuals? Because they gave us visuals back in the day. It was whether y'all really was watching it, pitching the song, and really giving what, you know, they would obviously feel as though they need to do more. And I feel like this is an example right here where it's like money was spent to do this video to make sure y'all loved it, and the song didn't hit as much, unfortunately, for the public, and that can be disappointing. But like most artists, they persevere and they give us more because they say, "Oh no, fuck that! Y'all will love this later," and realize it's a part of me. Okay. Um, the album was re-released as an expanded 2-disc deluxe package in Germany, which includes remixes to both Rihanna's debut single, Upon the Replay, and If It's Loving That You Want. The album has been certified double platinum by the Recording Academy to promote both A Girl Like Me and her debut record. Rihanna embarked on her debut headlining concert tour entitled Rihanna Live in Concert in 2006. So, the first single, SOS, was released February 13th, 2006. So, literally right before she's turning 18. Um, I thought that was a nice way to kind of bring people into the spring with this nice song. Great single. The second single, Unfaithful, May 1st, 2006. So you already have the album. So Unfaithful is just, the next single. It's being played throughout this, late spring into the summer. We Ride came out August 21st, 2006. So that's like, heading towards the fall. And then Break It Off, November 13th, 2006. Yeah. Considering how the last album did, this album pretty much, Rihanna had said, vocally I've matured so much, and lyrically I'm speaking about stuff I would never sing about before. Now I'm singing about experiences that I've gone through and stuff that other 18-year-old girls go through. So it's all about progression. And I said that. I said, I feel like with this first release, debut, Music of the Sun, when you guys check that video out, I pretty much was saying that at the time people weren't really checking fully for her to be in, thankfully in the top 10, but it's just she had to really keep going and prove, hey, I'm Rihanna, okay? In regards to the title of the album, Rihanna explained, it's called A Girl Like Me because it's a very personal album. It's my baby. It's all about what it's like to be a girl like me, speaking of personal experiences as well as things that girls like me have gone through. It's something to hear her say that, where we have yet to have Good Girl Gone Bad, Rated R, Loud. Okay, like these are all eras that are just coming forth. And Good Girl Gone Bad, which we will talk about, that's something that she literally just took it even further. Just was like, all right, well, y'all got more of a Caribbean side of me and me being a bit more personal. Now it's time to have some fun. Okay? Which we will talk about. But yeah. As far as promotion, she did a lot of, and that was another thing with Music of the Sun too. There was promo in the sake of going to do live performances, and was being an opening act for Gwen Stefani during the Harajuku Lovers Tour 2005 in Japan. This was during the recording for A Girl Like Me to promote Music of the Sun. So, everybody that you may listen to, they often find times and places to create their work in ways that we wouldn't even think. And that's not even to allude anything bad. It's more or less to just give a consciousness for y'all to understand that they do things on their time. We can't expect them to just be doing what we would want them to do, despite doing what they're going to do and want to do. That's just with any artist. We have to respect that. But yeah. She definitely did live performances as far as AOL Music. See, her first sessions at AOL Broadcast. So that's another thing too. If you're from the time that I'm from, AOL and, dial-up and just broadband, like just child, there was just so much that, you know, you wanted to have the exclusive, you know, login type of feel that nowadays is just, all right, you know, I'm on my phone. It's just, you know, back before it was like, all right, you know, is the phone line plugged in? All right, it says it's connected. I hear you heard a certain connection line to enable the fact that you're on there, and then, you know, over time, you know, like with music, things change. But yeah, the critical reception received generally mixed to positive reviews from music critics. So from her previous album, it was just mixed reviews. This was mixed to positive reviews, meaning similar to Taylor Swift, because Taylor had a similar experience with her debut going into her sophomore and even her third album, where it's just like, all right, we love you. And it's like, hello, I'm doing all this promo. I'm here, there, everywhere. I'm now on tour. Like, what do you mean you now love me? And yeah, Rihanna had a similar effect. And it's something because this album came out in 2006 in the midst of when Taylor was possibly coming out too. Of course, Miley and a few other pop girls. But yeah, but oh no, there was a negative review where the New York Times wrote that apart from SOS Unfaithful and Break It Off, this scattershot album is full of duds. Now, see, that's not nice. Barry Walters of Rolling Stone felt that the album doesn't deliver anything else as ingenuous as its lead single. Lightweight dance hall and R&B jams lack the single's ear-bending boldness. See, this is the thing about critics. They love a sense of making sure that the listener, whether they may agree or not, is going to get a full understanding of why they feel that this is where the album is for them. Now, me personally, I think this is a good album. Like she said, this is me growing into the woman that I'm becoming. I'm 18 now. You know, this is her letting people know that. So I said this, I think maybe twice or three times, but I'm going to make sure I say this a little bit more as we kind of go into artists that may have been young starting out, where it's just like, or even just groups rather. The critics be eating them up. They be, you know, talking to them like, why'd you make this? Like, it's bad. But, like, not saying it's bad, like, as far as, like, the good side. The good side is great. No, there was more good as far as for this album than bad. It's the negative reviews that people kind of shunned over time that was just like, maybe you need to listen again. Okay. But yeah, the album debuted at number 5, selling 115,000 copies in its first week, nearly twice the debut sales of Rihanna's debut album, Music of the Sun, which sold 69 copies in its first week. So people realized that she had another album within not even a year, so they had more music that they can go back and forth with. I know people was burning CDs, kind of just putting whatever songs they like together and just kind of, you know, it was a time. But as of June 2015, the album has sold 1.4 million copies in the US. The album debuted at number 6 in Ireland. Yeah. A Girl Like Me managed to reach the top 20 in Germany, Portugal, the Netherlands, France, and Denmark. The album ended 2006 as the 20th best-selling album in the world that year and sold an estimated 3.6 million units worldwide. So, you know, over time, the sales and just people supporting was what kind of shut those negative critics down. But I try to be as fair and unbiased as possible with all of my content, where I kind of show the fact that no, there was people that was really not feeling this, and then there was people that was like, all right, what's next, which was A Girl Gone Bad. So I feel like the title with that was letting people know, like, bitch, now I don't need y'all fucking with me. But let's look at the track list for A Girl Like Me. Track 1 is SOS. Track 2 is Kisses Don't Lie. Track 3, Unfaithful. Track 4, We Ride. So by the time you get to track 4, you're already into the singles and getting a vibe that no, this is not the debut. Like, she really transitioned a little bit. It's like, yeah, okay. Them Haters featuring Dwayne Husbands is track 5. Track 6 is Final Goodbye. Track 7, Break It Off with Sean Paul. Track 8, Crazy Little Thing Called Love, featuring J Status. Track 9, Selfish Girl. Track 10, P.S. I'm Still Not Over You. Track 11, A Girl Like Me. Track 12, A Million Miles Away. Track 13, If It's Loving That You Want, Part 2, featuring Corey Guns, bonus track. So the deluxe edition bonus disc has Who You Gonna Run To for track 1. Track 2 could have been The One. Track 3, Should I with J Status. Track 4, Hypnotized. Track 5, Unfaithful, New Soul Remix. Track 6 and 7 are videos for Unfaithful and SOS, respectively. But yeah, I think that she did great as far as just coming back within such a short amount of time, because I usually artists take over a year. They don't. I mean, it depends on the timing. You know, sometimes that they'll release singles, but usually it takes up to a year or so, because when you're not, it's not just releasing an album, there's a tour behind it, there's a sake of making appearances and also promotions that you could do outside of the music and the tour itself, where it's just, all right, you know, I'm gonna do my hairline or my skin or my nails or anything like that. And I believe Rihanna was doing a couple of promotions for different things, and even over time, of course, with Fenty. So it's just, this was literally the album that peered her in to where she is now. Not that her debut didn't. Her debut stamped her to say, I'm not going anywhere. This album was letting people know, I'm not going anywhere, and there will be more. And that's what it was giving. And I agree. And it wasn't bad to me. But yeah, as far as anything else, I believe that as far as now, you know, you can definitely stream and enjoy the album as is. And, you know, again, by next year, it'll be going on its 20th anniversary, as opposed to her debut going on 20 this year. So I thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I truly appreciate it, and I'll be back with more.